There's sometimes grey seals up here. Let's have a look. Good morning, and this morning you find me on a very cold, very early and actually very quiet Sunday morning ride by myself in Whitley Bay, just outside Newcastle. It's 20 minutes to sunrise and I'm heading out to the coast to see what kind of view of sunrise I can get. Let's go. When I planned this route yesterday, I didn't expect a cyclocross section. Oh well, needs must. And back on the road. So it looks like there's quite a bit of cloud on the horizon, but hopefully sunrise should still be quite nice because it currently looks like the sky's on fire. I'm trying to make my way to the Priory, right out on the coast here in Whitley Bay, and I've got 4 minutes before sunrise. Will I make it? I took a wrong turn. I need to be right over there. Well, that is 7:31. We've hit sunrise. I'm not quite at the Priory yet, but I'll be there in 2 minutes. Well, I didn't quite make it for sunrise. Somewhat 5 minutes after, but still an absolutely stunning view. Right, now let's head further down the coast, make our way down the Tyne into Gateshead. So yes, I'm in Whitley Bay this weekend visiting family, and knowing that there are some absolutely stunning views and scenery and routes up here, well, I just had to bring the bike. Well, technically bikes, because although I'm currently on my road bike, I actually brought my gravel bike up with me as well. If you haven't seen last week's video, I went to meet up with Benjamin LeChappers and he took me on a gravel ride around Durham, and let me tell you, he absolutely tore my legs off. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it below, and I'll link Ben's channel as well. Go and check him out. But this morning I'm heading into Gateshead, heading down the Tyne. I'm going to try to go through the Tyne cycling tunnel. Ooh, sand. Ooh. Hit a couple of tank slappers there. It's never good when one wheel goes one way and the other goes the other way. Don't ride through sand on skinny 700 tyres. But as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by the sand, I'm going to try to go through the Tyne cycling pedestrian tunnel. I was planning on doing it last time I came up to the northeast, but it ended up being broken, or at least the lift was broken, so I never got a chance to. But hopefully this time I will, because it is a little bit trippy when you go through there at speed, and you'll understand why when you see it on video, if I manage to get into it. But for now we're just going to enjoy the route along Hadrian's Walk, I think it is, which is a lovely cycle path, footpath that runs along the side of the Tyne right down into Gateshead. So we're going to jump on that, get some lovely views, and yeah, go and see the delights of Gateshead and try and ride across the Tyne Bridge. Although I know there is an absolute beast of a climb up, I think the road is called Bottle Bank, along the side of the Tyne Bridge, which I tried last time and it nearly killed me. However, it can't be any worse than trying to get up Red Hills in Durham with Ben yesterday. So let's see how I get on with that. The GoPro really doesn't do that sunrise any justice whatsoever. I've had to put the new photochromic glasses on because it is very bright, funnily enough, at sunrise when the sun's right in your face. He says as he goes into some shade. But anyway, I have to say, I'm probably now a mile or so from where I went through that sand, and I still have sand all over my tyres. So going back to my rim brakes versus disc brakes video I posted a couple of weeks ago, I am half glad that I've got disc brakes, because I think the sand would be absolutely grinding my rims away at the moment. Disc brakes, it's the way forward. I do love this time of year with the leaves on the ground, the beautiful colours, but it doesn't half make it slippery. You do have to be careful going over them. Right, we've made it to the Tyne foot and cycling tunnel. Let's see if it's open this time. It's looking good. I told you it was trippy. Definitely still need to get those brakes cleaned. So I'm now in Jarrow on the south side of the Tyne, and I've just realised that I won't in fact be going on the Hadrian's Walk because that's on the north side of the Tyne. That's the route I had to take last time into Gateshead when the tunnel wasn't open. But we may do that route on the way home. I decided to come up onto this decking area to get a nice view of the river. However, I'm on wet wood with ice streaks on it. This can only go well. Oh well, I made it off alive and uninjured, thankfully. So just going back to these glasses for a second, I posted a picture of them on my community feed back last week when I first got them, and one of my subscribers left a comment saying he's going to wait for my review of them before spending any money out on them. So here's my mini review. They're pretty good. As I mentioned earlier, they're photochromic, which means they turn dark when it's sunny and they go clear again. Oh, blimey. Try that again. And they go clear again when the light fades. And so far, they've done that pretty well. I got them on Amazon from a company called Capvo, and they only cost 30 quid. And actually, I'm really impressed with them. So I'll leave a link below in the description if you fancy checking them out yourself. So I'm continuing my route along the side of the Tyne, and I've just noticed some very peculiar phenomenon, and you're not going to be able to see it on the GoPro, so I'm going to have to switch over to the phone. What on earth is that? Is that the famous fog on the Tyne, or is Gateshead on fire? Very strange. It is absolutely freezing. I've just looked at the temperature on my Garmin and it's 1 single degree. Woo! My fingertips are feeling it. Oh, hang on a second. What's that I spy ahead of me? Well, I've made it to the Tyne Bridge. As I'm here, I thought, well, I might as well pop into Backyard Bicycles, get a cup of tea and a bite to eat. But it turns out it's closed on a Sunday. Never mind. Right, I need to head back this way to go up. I'm fairly certain it's called Bottle Bank. Oh, those brakes are killing me. So I need to go up Bottle Bank, and I'm sure there must be a Strava segment for it. And if there is, I'm not going to be getting the com on it, but let's give it a go anyway. Well, it's only short and sharp, but it is a definite gradient. Woo! And I'm just going to put it out there that I am massively glad that I'm on my road bike today, my super lightweight carbon fibre road bike, because again, having been out with Ben yesterday on a gravel ride on my super heavy, big beefy Bertha gravel bike, going up some of those climbs in Durham were not fun. So yeah, being on a nice 7 kilo road bike now makes it a hell of a lot easier. Right, let's get back on with the route. And actually, the route is back down Bottle Bank. I needn't have come up here anyway. Oh well, it's all for the adventure, right? There's some kind of food festival going on here and it smells absolutely delicious. Shame I can't stop. Right, well that's Gateshead done. Let's get back to Whitley Bay. Well, we're finally on Hadrian Cycleway. It only took 20 miles. Despite the cold, the weather's actually been stunning this morning. The sun hasn't stopped shining once, and that always makes for a nice ride. Well, that was a sudden cheeky little 15%er. Woo! Once again, very glad that I'm on the 7 kilo road bike. Well, I now appear to be on some sort of gravel path. Again, didn't expect this on this route this morning. This is a completely different route to the one that I took at the beginning of the year when I was up here. Let's take bets on how long it takes me to get a puncture. What do you reckon? 5 minutes? Well, would you believe it? I made it out unscathed. That's a turn up for the books. So Google wants me to go down here. I'm not entirely sure that's absolutely appropriate for a road bike, but oh well, give it a go. Oh, nearly lost it. Oh. Yeah, thanks for that, Google. That clearly wasn't a road segment. Don't trust the cycle routes on Google. Back on the tarmac. Although the bike feels about 2 kilos heavier with all the mud I'm carrying on the tyres currently, I can feel it flicking off onto my back. Well, that is the beach. That means only one thing. We're back in Whitley Bay, but I've got one final stop to make before the end of this ride. So that is the lighthouse on St Mary's Island, and as luck would have it, the tide's out, so we can go across the causeway. Well, that seems as good a place as any to finish this video, so thank you for joining me today, guys. 30 miles done, a great few hours riding into Gateshead and back, and finishing up at the coast in Whitley Bay. What more can you ask? Well, I can ask for a hot cup of tea, so that's what I'm going to do now. Head home, have a nice hot shower and a nice cup of tea. And my parting comment is, if you get a chance to come up to Durham or Newcastle to do some riding, absolutely take it, because there are some stunning routes around here. But as ever, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.